Bethany Building Center is your locally owned source for quality building supplies, lumber, hardware, plumbing, and electrical needs. Whether you're starting new construction, tackling a remodel, or putting up a pole barn or shed, our team is here to help. We're proud to carry a full line of steel power equipment, including trimmers, chainsaws, and pressure washers, as well as trusted power tools from top brands like Milwaukee and DeWalt. Bethany Building Center, everything for the builder and the do-it-yourselfer.
At Pettyjohn Auto Center, we put customers first, making car buying easy and stress-free with honest pricing and no hidden fees. Choose from 9 trusted brands of new cars: Ford, Lincoln, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram, Chevrolet, Buick, and GMC, plus more than 250 quality pre-owned vehicles. Our service department is here to keep you on the road with confidence. Visit any of our 3 locations in Bethany, Albany, and Trenton, or browse our inventory anytime at pettyjohnauto.com.
All right, so CF Rainey here on Sports Central, brought to you again by Harrison County Community Hospital. We welcome you into another coach's interview. This time again, we have South Harrison Varsity football coach Chris Schoning with us. And so, Coach, last week, first home game, second conference game, Putnam County, we talked about it. We knew it was going to be a tough game. They had size across the front. They had some good running backs that ran with power and speed, some speed on the edges. The big question was the quarterback. Come in and get your first loss of the season. But it starts, Coach, the opening kickoff, they end up with the ball. But your defense, right? You bowed up and made a goal line stand to get a stop to get the ball back. So right from the beginning, kind of take us through what you were looking at there in the ball game.
Yeah, you never want to give them the ball on the opening kickoff. That's not fun to do. But like you said, defense did a really good job with just buckling down, getting a good goal line stop. We were able to move the ball a little bit there that first series, got a first down, and then it came down, I think the third down and 4 or 5, something like that, and tried to throw a little screen, and we probably narrow my part. I was throwing in to the sun with Taggart trying to catch it, and he said the sun just got in his eyes real quick. So, but it was a battle, and we knew it was going to be a good game. Putnam's got a really good team. That they're big up front, and they matched our size well. We're probably about even across the line there. So we knew it was going to be a battle, and we just never could really get any momentum going. It never felt like. Towards the end of the first half, when we got that fake punt, got it down to the 10, was able to score. I thought maybe going to the second half we'd get a little momentum, and we kind of did a little, but it just never felt like we got a lot of it on our side. And it was just we kind of beat ourselves, with interception, a fumble, and really just we didn't really execute very well on offense. Some missed tackles on defense, and just people not doing their job. Just a lot of things we could have done better. I take full responsibility that I got to get these guys ready for that. So obviously I need to do a better job. But
and so, Coach, you look at that. You get the stop. You at least get out of the shadow of their end zone. You get the punt. You kind of come back and forth. That first quarter flew by with both teams for the most part running the ball. I remember looking up at the clock and be like, my gosh, this quarter flew. But then they move the ball, and you're about ready to make another goal line stop. And this is where sports, it's a game of inches. It's a game, and they throw it, and you've got a defender there, and it looks like it's tipped away, and they got a guy coming across the back of the end zone to catch it. And sports, especially football, I think so momentum-based, and that just kind of flip things a little bit. All of a sudden now you don't get the second goal line stop where you can come back and build on that. They get the touchdown to go ahead. And so the other thing, and you and I talked about a little bit after the game Friday night, execution, obviously, you can always do better.
Yeah.
There just wasn't a rhythm offensively. And you got to tip your hat to Putnam County as well defensively, what they were doing. But you guys could just never find that rhythm offensively Friday night.
No, we couldn't. You're right, especially that first half. Like we couldn't get a lot going. They did a good job stopping power. For the most part, did a good job stopping Cray. And Taggart was cramping off and on all night, so we didn't have a huge outside threat. We were trying to kind of want to get Quinley out there a little. He still had the huge cast on his arm, so but you gotta Putnam did an awesome job, really stopping the run on us there that first half, and then second half I thought we did better. We made some adjustments, and I thought we got some run game going, and then it just we can never get anything going.
Yeah, there just wasn't that
We have
continuity of being able
right,
to stack those good plays. You'd have those moments, and Andrew Slett and I
right,
were talking about on the broadcast, right, where you were back to getting the 4, 6, 8 yards, but
right,
then it'd be a 0 yard or a 1 yard,
yes,
and just
right.
that continuity. And then for them offensively, you mentioned their size up front, but they had a couple of good sized running backs, kind of similar
Oh,
in
absolutely.
size to Craig Coffey,
Oh, yeah.
and they both ran hard, and then their
Yeah.
ability, and I think the thing that really flipped momentum until you guys kind of staved it off was when they decided to come out and throw that big pass for that second touchdown. They
Yeah.
decided to go for the gusto off play action,
Hmm.
and and you guys
Yeah.
just were never able to hit other than that fake punt, which was a huge play
Right.
by Jet Cornett and Mason Galloway to get you in there to score, but it
Hmm.
just was never enough to get you
Right.
going consistently.
No. No, it wasn't. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, and that, yeah, like you said, that got us a little momentum, but yeah, we just shot ourselves in the foot too much. Like I said, Putnam's got a good team. They got a really good team, and we knew that going in, and we knew it was going to be a dogfight, and it comes down to those little things, those turnovers, different things like that. Where in a game like that, you've got to execute. Um, but other than that, they executed better than we did, and they turned the ball over once, I think.
Yeah,
Um, so they won the turnover battle. So that really came down to it. Like you said, that first kickoff, when they get the ball at both halves, that's never ideal. But I thought for the most part, the boys, the effort was there, so that's always huge. I mean, when you're trying to look at the positives out of a game like that, you see the effort, and that's hard to coach. If the effort's not there, it's going to be a long year, and the effort's there. So we know we can fix things, especially learn a lot from that game, and that's what I told the boys, guys. If there's one positive, there's a lot of things that we can fix coming out of this game. And Putnam County is a good team, but yes, we can absolutely play a lot better, and we just got to get back to practice and get back to executing.
yeah, and so it ends up being 28-14. They got a late score that
Right.
just kind of was tacked on. I mean, really a one-score game. It was a dogfight, and I'm sure they were thinking the same thing. That you guys had the opportunity if you could just hit a play and,
Hmm.
and, and get some things. You end up. You mentioned Bryson Quinley had the hurt hand, which had kept him from playing quarterback. He ends up getting
Right.
injured there in
Yeah.
the
Then
game
that
with a
happens.
with a
Right.
collarbone injury, and it stops
Yep.
everything for a while as the medical
Right.
personnel comes out.
Yep.
And that affects the team when you're sitting there,
Oh, absolutely.
and
You
thankfully
see
it
when
wasn't
it goes down
anything.
like that.
Yeah, it
Hmm.
wasn't anything serious as far as like life threatening. And
Right.
in fact, he messaged, commented on our live
I
stream
heard that.
on
Yeah.
his way down to the hospital. So we were glad to hear that. But still, if you're a teammate, you see someone you've been playing with, and they put them on a backboard, and they're taking them out to an ambulance. Uh,
Right.
that affects the psyche.
Yeah, absolutely. 100%.
I think the good thing, Coach, is number one, things are still on the table for your team, and I'm sure this is something you mentioned, right? Conference is still available, because
Oh, yeah.
with the top half of this conference, it's very likely no one finishes undefeated. There's still
Yeah.
good teams out there,
Right.
and granted, you'd rather take care of it yourself and not have to count on someone else to do it, but
Absolutely.
that which I'm sure is one of the goals of this team is still available. And
Yeah.
with that said, now you switch. You're hosting again. You're back home, but a Marceline team that last year was one of the most exciting football
Hmm.
games, high school football games I've been to for a while.
Yeah.
When you guys won, what was it, double overtime, or was
Yes. Yeah, I believe that was
because
double
you ended up
overtime.
going for two
2 for 2 there.
there
Yep.
at the end, and it's a
Yeah.
team that while they lost some players, I was looking at the roster online, has a number of seniors and juniors coming back. They,
Oh,
they
yeah.
lost to Putnam County like we did. They lost week one,
Hmm.
but then a nice large win over Gallatin last week. So looking ahead to Marceline, kind of what are your thoughts on this game coming up?
Oh man, it's gonna be another dogfight. The boys remember last year. It took we got a good lead on them, but I mean they didn't stop. They kept coming after us. I put together a good second half. Was able to come back, but yeah, we stuck with them. And like you said, they bring back a good amount of seniors and juniors. They lost their quarterback, couple linemen that were pretty solid for them. But watching them on film, they got a very good team again. So um, we cannot take anyone lightly from here on out. And I'm not saying we took Putnam lightly, but I do think there was a really good wake up call that we're going to have to bring it every single week. And I don't know the people we got a big target on our back, and people are going to want to beat us. They want to really beat South Harrison, and especially when you get that number one ranking. Putnam County, they were very prepared for us, and they really wanted to beat us, and they brought it to us, and we just got to be prepared for that for every single week. But Marceline, they got a couple good backs. Looks like maybe one of their quarterbacks got hurt from the first game. They had a different quarterback in the second game, so I'm not sure what's going on there. They might move him around a little bit, but they got good athletes back there. They kind of run two different offenses with these different quarterbacks, so we got to be prepared for everything really going into this game. So we need to have a good week of practice, get after them, and really just fix what we can fix on our end.
And so with two quarterbacks, is it kind of like what you've seen sometimes in the college ranks? One maybe throws the ball a little more, and one's more a running quarterback.
Kind of seemed that way, yeah. It looked like the other quarterback was on the sideline for the second game. So I don't know if he got hurt or what. I didn't see any braces on him or anything, so maybe a concussion or something. But the second game looked like they definitely like to throw or run the ball a lot more. With the first game, they were going empty. They're trying to throw some short stuff, throw a lot more with that other quarterback. He's a big, tall kid. He's got a good arm. So yeah, we just got to be prepared for everything going into this week.
And so again, 3 weeks in a row, GRC game. Kind of just the way the schedule sets up. You start right off the bat with conference games. Tough
Mm-hmm.
teams. I mean, you got the big win
Yeah,
over Milan, but again, a team that most people thought coming in were picked at least middle to upper pack. Putnam, one of those teams, along with you all, I believe,
mm-hmm.
Brookfield and Marceline, that most
Yep,
people picked up towards the top half. And so, right, Marceline, another tough opponent. You both took a loss versus Putnam, so they competed, they scored versus Putnam there that first
right.
week, and then had that big
Oh
win
yeah,
versus Gallatin, and so keep your it allows you to keep your conference hopes alive to get this win and to do it. A great crowd on Friday night, beautiful
absolutely. That
beautiful night
crowd was
for
awesome.
football,
Yeah.
and so other than Bryce and Quinley, any other injuries or things where you've got guys missing?
I don't think so. We stayed pretty healthy for the most part, other than Bryson. Still getting a couple guys, trying to get Brendan Hoover back. We'll see how he does this week in practice, but yeah, just trying to get some of these other guys just healthy, and that way we can have a little more consistency, on offense and on defense. That'll be big for us as well. So if we can do that, like I said, the boys, yeah, they're disappointed. I'm disappointed, but that's the way the game goes. It's still early in the year. Um, like Coach Coffey said on Friday night, this can be a great turning point for us. We can either go one direction or the other way. Let's choose the right way to go and just get better from here.
Well, and the good thing is you've got this senior group that have played a lot of varsity football. Some of them as
Right.
freshmen, but most all of them from sophomore year on. And so
Hmm.
you at least have a mature group that can hopefully regroup and do those things. And so, Coach, good luck against Marceline. We appreciate your time, and again, thank you to Harrison
Absolutely.
County Community Hospital for sponsoring all of our interviews on Sports Central. And make sure to be with us Friday night if you're not able to be there in person on Facebook or YouTube.